Hi all, welcome to Tech Session. So in this session, we are going to see something like how to create functional component and as well as a class component. And so in the previous session, like I have given an introduction about what is React.js and why we should use React.js, and we also seen some samples like functional components, what is JSX, and how to like write a functional component sample we have seen, and also I have explained you the industry value, and also I have given the salary, how much you will earn if you are like UK based, or if you are in India, like how much do the React.js developers earn. So we have seen those stuffs in the previous session. Also, like we have seen like the performance, reusable components, and many things like the basic of the React.js. So in this session, like I am gonna help you like how to create a functional component and how to create a class component. It will be like very basic, and I will explain you why where to use functional component and also where to use the class component. Let's go into the session. So here if you see, like I have opened a code sandbox. So if you can also like create a new React app using npx create new React app syntax also via a terminal. Like but for practice, like what you can do is you can also open a React code sandbox. So code sandbox provides the entire thing, so you can practice the React JS using code sandbox as well. So if you see, I have opened the code sandbox. Now like I am going to code and I am going to explain how to create a functional component. So what I suggest you is, like I want you also code along with me throughout the session, so that this will be a good practice for you while you are learning the React JS. So if you see, there is in this folder, if you see, there is a app.js folder. So in this app.js folder, if you see, like there is a functional component being created, like and if you see here, like the function, the HTML structure is being returned, and if you see, it is being rendered on the view hello code sandbox and start editing to see some magic happen. And if you see, there is another thing called index.js folder. If you see in this index.js folder, if you see, the import React DOM from React DOM. So this React DOM, this will render this app component, which is nothing but this app.js, which is our function component, which this here, this is being rendered in this index.js folder. And if you see, there is another thing called package.json. If you see, the React version which is being used here is 17.0.1, and the TypeScript version is 4.1.3. Yeah, and here is some of the commands: script start, build, test, and eject. So like in the next session, like I will help you how to create via terminal the same this React application, how to create a React project. I'll help you that in the next session. Like right now, let us go through this code sandbox. Like we will like create a functional component. So let I am gonna create a new folder called components. So what I'm going to do is, in that new components folder, I am gonna create another folder. Like let us name that as home component. So if you see, I have created the other one folder called home. So in that, like if you see, I'm gonna create a index.js file inside the home component. So now, like here in the index.js, we are going to create a home component. So while creating a home component, before going to create a home component, I'm gonna give you the scenario like what we are going to go throughout this session. In this session, like what I will do, I'll create two reusable components. One is home component and one is the sign in component. Like I'll just create a two reusable component in this session, and like I'm going to render the two components which we have created uh, today. So like let's start with this. So if you see, like the home index.js file, so now like initially what we have to do is we have to import React from the React which we have installed. If you see, whenever you created application, React application, automatically this React will be installed. This React DOM, React script, we don't want to install it manually. So if you see, like it will be automatically installed. So I have imported that React. So now, like how I am going to create a function is, If you know JavaScript, it is very easy, like how to create a function. It is similar to that. So you should start with the function keyword. Keyword will be the function, and here now you should give the function name. So here I'm going to give the function name as home, because I'm going to create a home component. You can give whatever thing you want, like whichever name you want based on the component whichever you are using. So now like I'm going to create a component, like function. So now like I have created a function called home. So this is the basic JavaScript function. So if you see here, now to this, what I am going to do is I am going to return a HTML structure kind of thing. If you see here, like here I'm going to return a HTML. So if you see here, now I just gonna give a heading one like home. Okay. So now I have created this home component. To this home, this is nothing but a function, like a function. I'm creating a function. To that home function I am returning the HTML element, which is nothing but this is what called as JSX. Here if you see, this function is the JavaScript and this is HTML. So this is nothing but JS plus HTML, which is like JSX. So now what I am going to do is I am going to export this function, because like since this is a reusable component I have created in the component folder, I have to make sure that in the app.js I'm going to render this home component. I'm going to use this home component here, so that will be rendered on our view whatever is we have created in this. So for that, like I am going to export the home component, because here only when you export the home component you can use that component wherever you want. Because here if you see, I have created a folder called components, and in this I'm gonna create a multiple reusable components, and I am going to use that in the main component, which is the app.js component. So okay, let us see what is this error is, why this error came. Because here if you see, unexpected token export home, which is here if you see, you could see that this is function home is jsx.element. As I told, like this is JavaScript, which is JSX element. So now, because since this is a function, we got that error. Okay. So now let me help you to resolve this issue. So instead of like exporting it straight away here, what I will do is I will straight away put a export over here. Instead of exporting it below, we can also export straight away over there inside this home component. Before this function itself, we can give the export keyword. Okay. So now like what I'm going to do is I am going to use this home component in the app.js. I'll make that render. Let me remove this. We don't want this. Let me remove this. Okay. So now we have created a home component. So like how we can use that is we can use that as like a HTML tag. So let me start typing home. See, here itself it was telling auto import from slash components. If you see, like even the Visual Studio Code or like this Code Sandbox, if you have configured that auto import configuration, so it will automatically it will show you whenever you start typing. Because I have exported it. Since I have exported it, like it is reusable. Like you can use that component entire throughout the application. When I started searching only, if you see, I could got here. So I gonna click this. If you see now, here it has been auto imported from. So now let me close this tag. Okay, so like if you see, it has been auto imported like this, correct? So it has been in which folder? It is under components folder. In components it is under home. So it has been exported automatically. Since I will like minimize this thing for you. If you see, we are here. When we wanted to import something, if you want to refer that path, like how we can refer this. if you see app.js and components are in the same level. If you want to import something which are in same level, what you have to do is first you have to give the dot. I will like show you this has been auto imported. Like I'll show you how to import. You have to give dot because this is in the same level. If this is same level, you can refer this by giving path. What if this is in like some other folder, like here we are using, but this is in same level of folder, so we are giving dot. So after that you have to put a slash. See, it will automatically, it will show components. If you see, it got components. Okay, next slash. If you put slash, it will show whatever there inside this folder. So if you see, inside that home is there. Okay, home. So this is how you can import manually. And like why this object braces came, let me remove this. Okay, if I remove this, let me refresh this. If I remove this, if you see like the if you see, it is telling me that element type is invalid. Expected a string for built-in components or class or function for composite components, but you got undefined. You likely forgot to export your component from the file it is defined in. You might have mixed up default and named inputs. What is this default and named inputs? So I'll like tell you simple thing here. If before the function, if you're putting the default keyword, if I'm making it with default keyword, then you can import your function straight away like this or however you want. But if I am not using any default keyword while exporting, then it is mandatory that like you have to mention that exported thing in the object. Then only like it will recognize that home component. So you won't get any errors. So now if you see, like I have imported the home component over here, and if you see, like I am getting this heading h1 home. Okay, okay, so let me do one more thing. Now to this, I am also going to create an another tag called h2 as welcome xxx some name. So let me close this tag. Okay, so if you see, like I'm getting an error now. Why? If you see, JSX expression must have one parent element. What does this mean? Adjacent JX element has been wrapped in an enclosing tag. So what it is meaning is, like whenever you are creating only one, if you see, you have created only one child. Initially only one child was there. Now if you see, there are two different uh, uh, elements. So when you're creating like this, it in the React, obviously you should wrap it under a parent component. So if you see, if it is one, it will consider this as the root node. But if you see, you have two different nodes. So every time, like when you should remember this, whenever you're returning something, there should be some parent node. It will expect some parent node. So what I'm going to do now is, I am going to wrap this under a division. So this division will be the parent node. Okay. So if you see now, this error has gone because now here this division will be the parent element for both the this h1 and h2. Why we got this error is, as I discussed in the previous session, in the React, what will happen is, whenever you're creating some component, it will create a virtual DOM. In virtual DOM, we discuss some tree kind of structure. So each elements will be created under separate node. So since it is created a separate node, here it cannot recognize the parent node. So because we have created two different nodes, so obviously we need a parent node. So that is why like you, it will expect always that you should wrap it under a node. Even if you don't want division, even you can wrap it like this without giving anything, like a empty node. You can also wrap it like this. And the other thing, okay, like we will discuss in the later in the other sessions. Okay, like I'll cover this in the upcoming sessions. Okay, so now like you can also wrap it like this. Now like if you see, like we have exported like this function, and we have also used it in the app.js file, and like we have imported here, and whatever you're importing component, you can use that as a HTML tag. Even like you don't want to close the tag here, even you can like close it over here. And if you see, here I'm closing it like this, and if you see, this is also helpful. So this also work out, but like you can also close, instead of like opening and closing here, you can straight away close it over here. So this also works out, okay, when you're creating component. So this is the basic functional component, like that I have explained here, like how to create and how to export it in the app.js component. Okay, so next let me create another component, because I have told that the React main thing like us, like we can create a reusable component. Let me create another reusable component, like let it be sample component itself. Let me create some sample itself with the name sample. Let the component name be sample. Let me create another file called index.js, and same like as I told, the first step is like you have to import React from React. So like I going to import the React here. Now let me create an function with export function. Let the function name be sample. And one more thing, you have to follow the naming convention as well. Whenever you're creating a component, you make sure that like it should be the capital letter, first letter. So let me rename this to capital S. So whenever you're creating a component, you should be very much precise with the naming conventions. So it should be like capital when it starts. Okay. So now let me like as I told, like we should now return a JSX element. Okay, let me return something like h1 sample component to differentiate this. Okay, so now if you see, I have used this component. So now what I'm going to do, again I'm going to use this component over here in the app.js component. I am going to export this sample. Yeah, if you see here, it is auto import. Let me auto import this component. I have used a sample component like a HTML tag over here. Now if you see, you got something called sample, whatever you have used. So this is something but reusable component. So now if you see, I have created a two different components, which is a home component and which is a sample component. Okay, let me delete this folder. This is not required for us now. Okay, so if you see here, now we have created a two components, which is sample home component and which is sample component. I think this has been auto imported from this component. Let me change this to sample. Okay, I think I have created a dummy another file and I have used it. Okay, let me quickly do this. Okay, so now like yeah, I have created a sample component. So now if you see here, we have created a two components, which is home component and which is sample component. So if you see, this is like a reusable component. It's a component folder, and I've created a two components. And if you see, I have used those two components over here. Consider that you got a some scenario like you have to display the home components in the sample component. Okay, no, I won't do like this. Let me create an okay, so consider that like there is a another component. Let me create another component. So let me create a component called user. Okay, so I am going to create an index.js file for that, and let me import. Let me copy this and let me paste it over here. Let this function name be user, and let me put like welcome XXX, the username, welcome username. Consider that the username is Anand. So let the username be Anand, welcome Anand. And if you see here, what I'm going to do is, here I'm going to delete this h2 tag from here. Okay, because like okay, now what I have to do is, in the home component and also in the sample component, in both the components I have to display welcome with the username. Okay, so now if you see here, this is a component, user component is going to be reused in both the component, which is home component and sample component. So this is where the reusability comes into picture. If you see, for the home component and sample component, I need to display the username as welcome Anand. So I'm creating a reusable component called user component, and inside the user component I'm giving the welcome with the name, and I'm using this component in the sample and home component. So this is where the reusability comes into picture. So if you see now, I am going to create, I'm going to import that user. Okay, I'm auto importing it. Yeah, if you see, I got an error like uh, JSS element must wrap into an enclosing tag. As I told before itself, that like if you see, initially only one node was there, but now two nodes were there. So obviously it will expect some parent node. So let me wrap it under a division. Okay, now it is wrapped under a division. So now if you see here, when I have rendered the sample component, let me delete the home component now. If you see sample component, and this will be the reusable user component which displays welcome Anand. Similarly, if I want to also reuse this in the home component, let me auto import the same thing over here. User, let me import the user component. So if you see here, now it is displaying a message like, well, okay, once again, let me now put this home component back. So now if you see, this is the home component and this is the reusable component welcome Anand. And if you see, this is sample component and this is the reusable component which is rendering welcome Anand. So if you see, the need of user component is in both home and sample component. So instead of writing welcome Anand in both the component separately, what I have did, I have created a user component over here, and I have displayed welcome Anand over here, and I have reused this component in both the places like this, instead of writing the same thing everywhere. Like this is a sample which I'm telling you. So this is where the reusability comes into picture. So this is how you should create a reusable component. Consider that if the requirement is more in one or two components, if you are using the same thing again and again, then in that case you can create a reusable component, and you can use that in multiple components wherever it is required. So this is the very sample thing which is a functional component I have explained in this session. So like I want you also to code along with me. Like I think you would have code along with me, so that like it would have been great understanding for you also. So now I will suggest another thing, like you also go create a separate component on your own, like create some component and like see how it is rendering, and like how it is rendering on the UI. Try creating some reusable components, and like try rendering it in another component based on that some requirement which you have. So try this out. So I think this session was very helpful for you. So what I will do in the upcoming sessions, like even like here, if you see, we have created a functional component. So I will tell you where you should use the functional component. So consider that you don't have any state management in your component, and you need just a presentation component. If you see, just this is a presentation component. I have just presented it. That's it. I'm not doing any manipulation. So I will tell you what does the manipulation mean. See, if I will open the Amazon website here, if you see in this Amazon website, if I click here fashion, if you see, it goes to the this particular component renders here. If I see the bestsellers here, the bestsellers based on that here it will render. So this is something state management. State management means something on click of something, some action is event is happening in your UI, and some UI rendering changes happen. So but if you see here, here nothing is happening because just I have presented it, no changes, no events, nothing. So if you come like the scenario where you don't have any management like event management or anything, so in that case you can go with the functional component. But if you have something like this, like if some changes happening or events happening, some you have some changes in your application, and it is not only used for presentation, so in that case you can go for class component. So this is the basic difference between functional component and the class component. So I will put a detailed description about that in the next sessions, coming sessions. But like I'll like tell you like how to create a class component. So like let us do one thing. Let us reuse this user component to a class component. So class component is nothing but you have to return it. But like what I'm going to do is export class user. You have a extend keyword in the class and you have to extend it to the react dot component. And if you see in the class component, like you have other thing also. In the class component you should give a render method. If you see in the in the functional component you don't have to give the render method, but in the class component you have to give the render method to render the UI. Okay, let me give this render. Yeah, if you see like in the class component, this is a basic syntax. Export. Uh, this is to export is nothing but if you want to use this component in some other class, you have to give export. But if you're not using it anywhere, you can remove this export. You do not give that export. So you class keyword and class name. So class name is user here. Then you should extend this class name with the extends keyword, and you should give this extend will be like react dot component which supports the class structure. This react dot component. So and then after that, if you see in the functional component, we are just returning it, but in the class component you should give some render method. So this render method only will render our UI. So everything is similar. You should return the HTML syntax everything, but you should return that inside the render method. There is a additional method which is render method. So this is something called class component. This is how you create a class component. So what I have covered in this session is I have told you what is the difference between functional component and class component, and I have told when to use functional component and when to use class component, and I also have like code along with you the home component, like how to create a functional component, and also have told you how to create a class component. So like this is in the code sandbox. We have did this in the code sandbox. So like in the code sandbox there is an option called fork. If you fork this, it will create a new URL. So if you create this new URL, you can share to anyone, so that like this code will be there. So like you can fork the changes. So if you fork the changes, like this URL, if you give, if it is like your project has been saved, something like that, if you have forked. And the other thing is, in the next session, like I'll give you something like how to create an React project via terminal with npm command. Like I will like tell you how to create a React project, and I will like also tell you how to work React in your local machine without this code sandbox, like dependent on this code sandbox. I will like give a separate video for that. And also like I will provide this URL in the description below, like you can check to that. And also if you need any certain topics, like can you explain me this topic, if you want the particular topic, you can also mention that in the comment section, so that like I will help you with the new video session for that particular topic. Yeah, and thank you for the session. Don't forget to subscribe my channel to get the more updates and more videos of this tutorial. Thank you.